Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video talking about physical media today, as of right now, October 2016, and the future. For the last several years, I've been talking to fans, and I've been doing that largely on message boards about movies and music, the subjects of compact disc CDs, record albums, and also DVDs and Blu-rays. And a lot of people have been saying now for, it seems like 10 years, maybe not quite that long, but somewhere in that vicinity, that, oh, physical media is dead. Or if not dead, it's on its way to death. It's dying. And I find that just an exaggeration and untrue. And every single year, I laugh to myself because my wallet tells me that there are a hell of a lot of physical items I have to buy still, both in terms of physical record albums, music compact discs, books to read, just everything, Blu-rays, DVDs, the whole shebang. Now, the story is supposedly that everybody wants to stream today. Everybody wants to download today. And while I'm sure that that's the case for a lot of people, it depends a lot on what you do in your life and what you're interested in. Now, for me, because I'm into the physical realm, I seem to be more aware than some other people who aren't would be. You know, I hang around people that are into physical stuff, records, CDs, you know, movies, books, music, and collecting, owning. And therefore, to us, it never really ends. And the funny thing is, if I didn't know, if people didn't tell me that there was this thing called streaming, this thing called downloading, whatever it's called, uploading, downloading, streaming, etc., I wouldn't even know that such a thing existed. Believe it or not. Because in my world, I just don't see it. In other words, if it was so overwhelming as some people claim it is, you'd have to notice it, and it would have to be overtaking everything else, because you couldn't escape it. It would be as natural as air, you know, and what's in front of your eyes. But no, on the contrary, I don't know. I don't see it with any kind of magnitude, and the reason is because I'm so into what I'm into. The one thing that I do notice, I will say, is when I go shopping for physical media at stores like, you know, Best Buy or Target or Walmart or wherever. Obviously, yes, in the stores I can see that the amount of physical merchandise to purchase has been rapidly deteriorating, disintegrating, disappearing. And I think a lot of people are misinterpreting that, because the stores don't stock physical items. That means that people don't want them. If people wanted them, the stores would stock them, right? Well, not necessarily. I think that a lot of times the stores dictate which way people are going to go. The stores and what's out there on the menu, as I call it, dictate what people are going to be into or not. I mean, if the stores don't offer merchandise to buy, then people aren't going to be able to buy it, obviously. But the thing is that physical media is still available on the internet. They're still making CDs, and believe me, my wallet can't stop buying them. And also, again, as I say, I relate this to also movies, DVDs, and Blu-rays. I've got a list a mile long, and my wallet is saying, ouch, there's so much stuff to buy that I can't get to all of it. And every year it's the same thing. There are more and more and more physical items coming out. Just that if you walk into your local Best Buy and you look at the actual shelves, they're not going to be stocked there. So I think brick and mortar stores are disappearing for sure, and the market is transferring over to online. But that shouldn't be interpreted that nobody wants physical media anymore. You know, I don't want to repeat myself, but I guess I'll say one more time. From where I stand, because I'm personally not into the streaming and all that, I don't even notice that it's out there. People tell me there's this thing called streaming. People tell me there's this thing, you know, downloading and what have you. But as far as I'm concerned, when a movie comes out that I want on Blu-ray or DVD, I still can get it physically on that format. I just have to get it online instead of maybe in the favorite store I used to go to. And I also believe, by the way, that's going to come back. They got rid of Tower Records. I believe stores like Tower Records are going to come back at some point. I think that people still, a lot of them like to hold an item in their hands. They like to buy something. They like to see it. They like to pick a copy right off the shelves that doesn't have any dings in the corner or any cracks in the cover or plastic or anything. I think people like to pick the perfect copy that they want. And nowhere is that made clearer to me now than in the young people of today, the new generations. And this is a very interesting paradox that I want to put out there for people to discuss. In addition to supposedly streaming taking over and physical media supposedly being dead, how is it that at the same time the younger generations are getting into physical media like record albums, vinyl, for the first time in ages? The last 6 or 7 years, vinyl has been growing by leaps and bounds. It's never going to be number one. I don't expect physical media to replace the streaming craze right now. But what I'm trying to say is, how does that work exactly? How can nobody want physical media, and media is supposedly dying, yet it's happening at the same period of time where vinyl is unexplainably growing, and for some reason it's cool and the young people want vinyl? How does that work exactly? Can somebody tell me that? It seems very much to be a paradox. I don't get that, or a contradiction, you know. Physical media is not wanted. Physical media is not cool. It's not awesome. It's not what the young people want. Yet, now's the time the young people are getting really into it. Something's not right there. So don't believe the hype. Physical media is dead or seriously wounded or dying. I know people are going to want to quote the figures. You know, oh, look at this. Look at the sales. The sales are going down. No way is physical media ever going to die. And it may get less, but there's always going to be people that want it. There's always going to be people that are going to collect it. Always going to be people who prefer it. As long as there are human beings walking this planet. Let me leave you with this thought. One day, what do you want exactly? A little device this big that holds everything that you need on it? Books, music, movies, television. Maybe you'll be able to do your dishwashing on the little device. You'll be able to go to work on the little device. Maybe you'll have your furniture on a little device. One day, we won't even need houses. Or if we have houses, you can have a nice house with like 8 rooms in it. And in your house, you have no furnishings, no artwork hanging on the walls, nothing. It's all on a little device that just sits in the corner, leaned up against your living room wall, and the rest of the house is empty. Who needs anything, right? Just your little device.